In this video, we're going to take a look at the Hypershade. The Hypershade is a graphical version of the hypergraph, but with a focus on dealing with shaders. I'm going to open the Hypershade in my top view by going to Panels, Panel, Hypershade. We can also open the Hypershade by going to Window, Rendering Editors, Hypershade. We are only allowed to have one Hypershade window, unlike our hypergraph where we can have numerous windows open. Okay, I'm going to go to my Hypershade now, and let's make this full screen. The Hypershade is broken up into two separate areas. And I'll click this icon right here. And you can see that we have our viewing window for all of our different types of nodes. We can look at our materials, our textures, any type of utility nodes, etc. Then down below, we have a work area. So for instance, if I wanted to take a look at some of these materials, and we'll grab an upper wall here, and you can see that this is a blend. If I want to see all of the nodes that are attached to this particular material, we can choose to graph that material or look at its input and output connections. By doing so, it'll then expose those inside of the work area. We can also middle mouse and drag any one of our materials down into the work area. This will not automatically expose its connections, however. I'm going to make the work area full screen, and we'll just zoom up to that first material, our upper wall material. And here I can see all of the connections as well as the lines connecting the nodes themselves. And if we move our mouse over those green lines, it will tell us what type of connection is being made. Here we can see that the out color is being attached to the specular color of our shader. Inside of our Hypershade, we can also make or break these connections. If I left-click on the green arrow of a connecting line, I can choose to delete it just by hitting Delete on the keyboard. My material swatch will automatically update, and the connection is then broke. To reconnect it, I can middle mouse and drag the node onto the material that I want to attach it to. I can then choose from the pop-up menu which attribute to connect. We'll just take this and connect it back to the color channel. With the Hypershade open, we can also drag and drop our nodes into the attribute editor. So if I click here again, we'll break that connection, and I'll select the material. And if I want to take this texture and attach it to the color channel, I can middle mouse and just drag it directly to that channel. We can also display the Create Render window by choosing this icon here, which will toggle it either on or off. Here we get all of our Create Render node options, and we'll expand that out here a little bit. And this will also allow us to generate materials that we need. So let's switch back to a split view, and we'll zoom out, and we manipulate our area just like we would inside the hypergraph. We can pan and zoom. And if I come in here and we'll just grab something different, we'll just click on Ocean Shader, and then that will generate an ocean shader in my material view. To get rid of it, I can just hit Delete. Then I can return back to the normal work area so that I can see all of my materials better, and just click that Render Node option off. The Hypershade is a great way to see all of your textures and shaders and exactly what is connected to what.